So I was shopping in Tesco the other day and I saw an interesting little sign on one of the shelves, which I hadn't seen before. That might just be that I haven't observed it before and it's been there for ages and it's just my bad for not paying attention. But I do generally pay attention, and I genuinely think this is the first time that I've seen that particular little notice at any point on one of these Tesco shelves. Let me know in the comments down below if you've seen this before, but it's this sign here. And it essentially says that civil recovery action will be taken against those who are found to be shoplifting in the store. And essentially what that means is that if anyone is found to be shoplifting in the store, they will sue them for the value of those goods. Now, there's two very interesting points here. One is because many of you will have heard the term victim surcharge, and you may, with respect, mistakenly think that the money paid by a convicted shoplifter goes to compensate the shop from whom the shoplifter has stolen goods. But that is not the case. The second interesting thing is the standard of proof required to fulfill a claim for this in court. So let's discuss those in order. First of all, if someone is prosecuted for shoplifting and convicted, then the court must consider a victim surcharge as part of the sentencing process. That victim surcharge is something that is calculated based on the value of the theft and all those kind of things, but is then put towards the services that go to assist victims of crime. It's a whole service set up where they have counsellors and all sorts of other support staff to assist people that have been a victim of crime, and that includes shops or individuals and so on. But that victim surcharge doesn't go towards compensating the party who has suffered loss as a result of the theft. But the interesting thing here is that that loss can be recovered even at the same time as a prosecution or instead of a prosecution. So this might well be Tesco and other shops deciding, well, the thefts are taking a long time to process through the courts and they might be difficult to successfully prosecute because of the standard of proof required beyond any reasonable doubt, or so that a bench or a jury is sure that the theft has taken place and the suspect is actually guilty of the offence. And so Tesco might be thinking that instead of, or in addition to this prosecution, they would also seek to recover the losses of theft from the store from that individual. Now, that brings me on to the second interesting point, because if they were to sue the individual for the value of goods stolen, it is now on the civil standard of proof, meaning it's just on the balance of probabilities. So it's on the balance of probabilities both that the theft occurred, so although it is a crime, it's on the balance of probabilities that they were guilty of that offence rather than beyond a reasonable doubt, because they're only seeking a civil remedy here. And secondly, the standard of proof for whatever they say they've lost, which is also on the balance of probabilities, which in simple terms is just more likely than not that they were guilty of the offence, and more likely than not that the shop has suffered a loss as a result of this would-be shoplifter. So I find it very interesting that the store is now taking proactive steps to warn people that they might be sued for recovery of the value of goods stolen. There's no real need for them to do that, but it is probably more a deterrent than it is a warning. But nonetheless, it is there as a warning, as a deterrent, and that the store will take action to take recovery steps through the civil courts against these individuals. So I, for one, find that very interesting and I wholeheartedly support it. If there are small shops that are also suffering thefts from the store, you might also consider civil recovery against these individuals. And if you need assistance with that, then by all means, hit me up in the comment section below, or even email us and I might be able to help you formally, or at the very least, I can do additional videos and guidance steps on how you might go about that. Essentially, it would take the form of a small claim, so very low risk to individual shops, because you wouldn't be at risk to costs if the value is not more than £10,000, and it is a relatively straightforward process. And remembering, of course, you can detain the person if they are suspected of shoplifting as a citizen's arrest, because this is one of those offences of dishonesty where you can do so. So I hope you found that interesting. Leave me your comments and your thoughts below, and as always, thank you for watching.